Good afternoon, my friends. James here with Rewind Electric, and we've got two of our friends that we've been talking about and working with and listening to a lot lately right here on the bench. I'm going to set those aside. We are going to get to doing some stuff with those, but first there is a piece of mail to open which may be related, so I'm going to crack right into that. Gosh, I suppose, you know, as is tradition, I should display my beverages. And there's three of them today. So I've got my Topo Chico mineral water. I've got some sugar-free iced tea here, and my classic iced desert coffee, because it is the desert and it is hot, and this is iced. And I like coffee. Some of us in Utah enjoy coffee. Black Rifle Coffee Company is in Utah. Oh, let's see. There's some others too. Having trouble thinking of the names of them now, though. It's the popular one that everyone knows that you see at the grocery store. Okay, with the beverages aside, the all-important beverages, let's crack on into this guy. I think we've got something here from 1974, and I think the blue and white printing scheme of this box should match the contents. Well, look at that. Guys, sorry, like, what is this crap? Like, I'm tempted to flip this over and show the seller's name, because what kind of shipping is that? You just like, here's a random piece of trash, I'll just throw that in there? Like, I knew this was loose. Like, come on. Let's fully throw this guy under the bus. What else is in here? Just more random trash. Like, that's not firmly packed. That's how you destroy stuff. Okay. Let's one, hope it works, and two, hope I don't care if it works. This might be something I bought for parts and pieces anyway. Okay. Another Electro-Harmonix pedal. What a surprise. We don't see too many of those here. This is a Linear Power Booster 2. Now, my, oh my, that has some nasty holes in the back, doesn't it? Somebody screwed that right down to the pedal board. And one right there. It's okay, because I don't care about it for those things. I'm here for the switch, the knob, this switch, the pot inside, battery clip maybe. Sorry guys, that's the reality of it. But I am going to give this a listen. So we're going to fire up the old 1978 Princeton reverb here. I'm always tempted to say 68 because I don't have any other 70s. No, I do have another. I have 70s twin reverb. So if I've ever called this a 68 Princeton, forgive me. It's not a drip edge and I don't have a 68 Princeton. However, in an attempt to make my wrongs right, if I've ever called it that, I would be happy to accept a 68 Princeton from anybody as punishment for my deeds. I don't think there's a battery in here. It feels so light that, I mean, it feels lighter than a battery. Like, that's how light this is. So I'm confident that there's no battery. I'm gonna also go ahead and say that I could use those screws too. Watch there be a battery. I don't want to cut myself on that. Come on, work with me here. Yeah, there's no battery. There's a sweet piece of electrical tape though. I mean, we got that going for us. Look at this. Did I say there was nothing in here or what? I mean, that is seriously a lot of nothing. Wow. 1377 solder. So this is a 1970 solder pot. The year of 1970 solder. What a good year it was indeed. The battery lead is loose and coming off, and I think somebody taped it in an attempt to keep it in place. It's weird. I think it's a Aerovox ceramic capacitor. Hard to say. Hard to focus on this thing. It's like trying to focus on a mirror for my camera. 2 original jacks. I don't think that is original, actually. Ah, but this switch. That's a cool switch to have. It's not your typical switch that you would see in Electro-Harmonix pedals, but it might be proprietary to this. The pot is stamped on this side, XM2184, which I believe is one of the codes used for 100K pots. It's a CTS, and it has a white plastic background, which to me makes me think it's a 100K pot. Gosh, look at that. Well, ain't that a mess? Somebody did a nasty, gnarly one on that jack. Okay, well, bucket of parts it is. Let's test it though, because if it doesn't work, even as a bucket of parts, I overpaid. I paid for a working unit. I want to hear a working unit. Okay, now I have a battery somewhere. Here we go. Okay. I've got almost certainly not tuned guitar here. Let's give that a whirl. Okay. So this little Princeton here, I don't expect it to sound good with anything that's just pushing volume, because it doesn't do the most beautiful breakup at the input. You really have to be, you really have to have the actual power amp section of that amp cooking, and then you can drive the input a little on top of it, and it's a nice complement. But if it's only driving the input, that first stage, it's, well, it sounds like that. It's like some kind of bad 60s rock sound. Where's unity gain? Let's get this amp turned up just a little. So there, that's unity gain. About 9 o'clock. Hardly hear any difference. How's the noise? I don't actually hear any difference either. It's a very simple and very clean circuit. Tiniest little bit of clipping. It doesn't sound good. Not into that. What about I ought to fire up the clip? The Lany clip, sorry. Clip with a K. And then we've heard it up all the way already. Okay, let's listen to it into the clip before I sentence it to death. I'm gonna turn on the power station here. And let's just go into the non-clip channels. This is it's the super bass channel. And you guys don't get to pick the voltage on the clip. It gets 115. I could do less, but it's just, you know, that's consistent, and that's what it likes. It'll handle less just fine. You can variac it down, brown sound all day if you want. But it's kind of a dark and squishy amp already. Doesn't really need a lot of variacing to do that. Now let's take this back down to about 9 o'clock there. Well, that clip in the power station warm up. I'm gonna enjoy myself another sip of coffee here. I'm going to try and turn the bright channel on, see if we can get away with it. At least for now. The bright switch. Yeah, I think that's on. Close to unity there. Let's boost it a little bit. Now, the clip probably doesn't sound too good on the phone because it's aimed at my knees and the phone is over the bench recording. Phone's the camera, by the way. Ready to go. Ready to squeal. Now this guitar and the clip both clean up well together, even with this bypass. Actually, I quite like it. It's a nice transparent boost. Adds some nice chiminess to it. I think the cleanup's pretty good. Let's try that. Just repaired that last night. mean, this has a clipping section, gain on it, so of course it's gonna get dirtier. So that was this guy, full tilt. Let's hear this one just at full tilt, and then we'll do a little bit of listening to clean up on this again, because I didn't do much of that. It doesn't fall off the bench. This one, remember, it's out of the box. It's not shielded right now, so assume it could be a bit quieter. Yeah, it's not as driven as that, but they're different things. This is a clean boost. This is an overdrive. Let's listen to how it cleans up. Oh, very nicely. Wow. All knobs at 5, in the middle, and I'm on the SG special. Squealing. By the way, I don't know if you could just hear that, but in the background there's that. That's it's a triangle. I bought my son a triangle because he doesn't need any more cowbell. Actually, he's in this music class, and they gave him like a little, like, you had to buy this kind of mandatory kit that's got a tambourine and a triangle, and I forget, maybe a whistle and some little cymbals, and they're junk. I think they're CP percussion maybe, but it's like the bottom of the line stuff. They're made out of pot metal, and the triangle sounds so bad. It's like, I don't know, you could hit a welding rod and it would sound better. So I bought him a nice one, like I don't remember if it's Latin percussion or, you know, maybe it's Remo or something. It's a nice triangle, a very nice one. I had to buy kind of an expensive one, not just because I wanted a really nice triangle, because it had a rubber coated, you call it a mallet or a hammer, I don't know, you know, metal stick that you hit the triangle with, and it was soft and squishy, so he couldn't poke himself in the eye with it. So I paid a little more to get that, but it's so efficient. It's the most acoustically loud triangle I've ever heard in my life. So you can hear it through multiple rooms and doors. Sorry about that. I just didn't want you to think it was this thing like ringing out or something. That was this thing ringing out. Oh yeah, we were doing fives. Fives all around. Tones. So this and the clip and this SG, the combination of them with the electronics, are able to retain some really nice. Look, I'm not lying. My tone knobs. Look where they're at. Can you see that? They're on 2. I'll show you. They only go down that much more. That's it. I could bring them up. Then you kind of lose some magic of it. Hard for me to do the left hand thing like this in this position. So yeah, we'll go back down to 2. Sounds beautiful, doesn't it? Now without this, does it still do? Yeah, it does, but we've lost a lot of volume. So I could turn the amp up, or I could turn the guitar up a little bit. And if I turn the guitar up a little bit, it won't be as kind of honky and chimey. But here, just to illustrate the point, let's do 2s all around, and then I'm going to turn the power station up. So it's like the least out of the most out of the loop piece of gear involved. That was just as an example. This is still, it's off, but it's in the circuit. It's not a true bypass pedal, so it is loading it down. It's actually fighting my treble. But when you got nice gear, it's the thing, like, you don't need everything true bypass and buffer. When you've got nice stuff, you can afford to lose some treble and clarity because everything you have is bright and clear and rich and full of character. And when you do that, you're not losing. It's not like with modern gear, you know, where you're going through Boss pedals and, you know, that's a bad example because they're buffered, but you're going through like a lot of pedals and you got pickups that aren't that articulate and you've got speakers that are kind of choked, and when you lose treble, you lose treble. In the case of this, you're exchanging it for resonance, really. So you are losing treble, but you're gaining character. And you do that. It's not that like old gear does that and modern gear doesn't. But it does come across that way because, yeah, you're still doing it with modern gear. But like if the modern gear doesn't have the open, clear detail to let those frequency pass through ever, then you're just kind of gaining mid-range and losing treble. I don't know. It's probably not the best explanation, but try it. I'm not selling vintage pedals and amps and stuff. You know? Let's hit it. My tone's back down at 2 again on the neck pickup, and my volume's at 2 on the neck pickup. Does your rig sound bright and clear when you do that? I guess that's what I was trying to say, is that some of the best tones, some of the most richest, full of character tones are when you roll the treble back. And if you've got the gear that supports you doing that without getting muddy, then you win, because you can have it all. And this amp is up almost all the way. It was 3 o'clock out of 5 o'clock. With the power station on, mind you. Let's see, if I turn the amp down, it can certainly get brighter. You want to hear it get brighter? Now I can take the treble on my guitar up too, the tone. It's not that it has that much more treble, it's just that it's stiffer. So now my tone control and the SG neck pickup and volume and tone both still at 2. Back down to 2, I should say. Now how does this roll up with the amp down that low? About like that. Turning the power station volume back down, because that's just a lot. So yeah, I think that's there's only one knob. I can't show much more here. This is just a power on and off switch. got a few phasers here. let's just do one. All right, little family reunion here. You guys sit together. So I think I'm gonna get another one of these because I like it. I'm gonna get another one that's not messed up. I'll use this one for parts, and I'll find another one that doesn't have a bunch of holes drilled in it and resoldered parts and stuff and a weird switch. There we go. That took a minute to come on. Bye. See ya.